we are running.
Right now, you might be in the midst of exploring a gift that life gave you. This could be your job, another school year, being a parent, traveling, doing business, pursuing a new goal, or exploring a new relationship. You are at the center of whatever is happening to you or for you, but it comes to a moment when doubt starts to mess things up a bit. Maybe you find yourself in front of a tall wall and you become uncertain as to whether it is worth going past it or not. Dwelling so much in deciding whether to go for it or not, you might even start to think if this journey you're in right now is meant for you or not. So you start to wonder, is this the thing that I need right now? Is this the thing that I really want? Focusing so much on this uncertainty makes you question whatever it is that is happening to you. You might feel that you're not in control anymore and that you're floating while trying to make sense of it all. You might even ignore how much you've accomplished until now, and you feel like everything is only just beginning. What should I do? Where should I go with my career? Do I really want this person? As you dive deeper and deeper into this heavy sea of decisions, you start to feel anxious, without a clear direction, which build up an overwhelming feeling of agitation and restlessness. This happens because while you are aware of the fact that there are so many things you can do, and that there are multiple opportunities to take advantage of, you are doing very little, or even nothing at all. Why is that? Whenever you have to make a decision, you might turn it on all sides, in the hope that you will get your desired results. You take note of every possible outcome, and so you end up spending weeks, months, and even years thinking about the right turn to make. You want to make sure that the decision you will finally make will be the right one, even if this means postponing taking action a little bit longer. In the end, you don't want to fail. You've heard so many times that failure is part of the journey, and while you do agree with this concept, you don't seem to embrace the idea of it actually happening to you. You might say that it's not failure that scares you, it's the fact that you don't know what you really want. Ever thought that maybe you want too many things at once and that you don't like choosing? When you invest time and energy in doing one single thing, you are basically taking time and energy from doing other things that you might like more, isn't it? You're just trying to look after yourself, and it makes sense. We all want what is best for ourselves. In the end, we are each given one single life, and we should make the best of it. Well, you might have succumbed to quite the poor thinking pattern. After 5, 10, or even 20 years of waiting to decide on what is best for you, you will only end up being a miserable individual that ignored all the great opportunities that life offered along the way. There is no right moment when all things become clear and you figure it all out. You have to start doing, and while you're busy taking action, you will eventually get a clearer picture on what is the thing that you really want. You might think that making the best decision takes time and that you need to think things through thoroughly. Even if this takes you 10 years, life is not an equation that you get to solve only by talking about it. You need to act, to be involved in activities, because there is no better way to reach that place that you feel will bring you the best of your life. You cannot avoid the downside, because only by moving from it, you will reach the upside. Your life is a complex blend of good and bad, and you are meant to experience it all. You just cannot sit and think of ways to figure out your why while you are busy thinking, but not busy doing. You need to go through multiple processes of trial and error. As you try and deal with various things, you become more experienced in solving problems by eliminating certain strategies that did not help in the past. So there is no strict and general formula that applies to everybody. In fact, it is not a formula at all. It all boils down to a series of attempts that make the unfamiliar become more familiar. So what if you make a mistake? You can always give it another try, because you already had contact with it, and at least you know what not to try. The great thing about past decisions is that they were the ones that made all the experience possible. No matter what choice you made in the past, it was the guide that directed you towards a different place in your life. From this place, you were able to explore different solutions, different approaches to getting out of the maze of your problems. Maybe sometimes you felt content, satisfied and fulfilled. Maybe other times you felt discouraged, anxious, and even willing to give it all up. Well, this is what a journey is all about. Every start is difficult. The whole process of turning towards a different direction than the one you were used to can be quite hard to deal with. Breaking out of a past routine is not easy because you have to step on unknown territory, and nothing will motivate you enough to go for it if you are not offered a practical solution. Here's one good way to start from. We are the ones that give power to uncertainty and doubt by the way we speak to ourselves. When you say, "I don't know what I want to do with my life," you are basically putting all your focus on expanding what you do not know. Giving all of your attention to this unhelpful focal point will never help you figure out what it is that you want to do in your life. Take some time and start writing all the things that you are certain of. You need to shift your focus from what you don't know to what you do know. Write about all the certainties you have about your goals, your aspirations, and your desires. So what do you know for certain? Maybe you are clear about the fact that you want to travel to different places of this world. Maybe you are certain that you want to start a business. Remember, don't focus on the fact that you don't know where you will travel or which is the business that you should start. What you are basically doing is you are turning the doubt, let's say, "I don't know what I want to do," into a certainty. I know I want to travel to different parts of the world. This is how you change the context. You take all of your unknowns and you turn them into your knowns. Are you certain about the fact that you want to start your own business? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and do it. No matter if you fail or not, you will be on the right path, regardless of the outcomes, because you will have accumulated enough experience to avoid the strategies that didn't work the first time, and you'll try the new ones in the next attempts of launching a business. This should be the amount of thinking that you offer to a doubt that you have. Everything else is not worth your thinking, but it's worth your doing. As you actually start doing things and trying them out, you will eventually find your answers. The crucial point is not to overthink it too much and analyze it while you're being inactive. Just make sure that each action that you take is fit for what you know for certain. When you invest too much time and energy thinking and analyzing a certain uncertainty, a doubt, you are providing more space for that particular uncertainty and doubt to occupy in your life. You go to sleep thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. And all this just because you keep on giving it energy to constantly manifest into your life. Whenever you go shopping for clothes and you see something that you like, what is the first thing that you do? You wonder whether that particular piece of clothing fits you or not. You are certain that you want to buy it, and so you try it on. If it doesn't fit, you ask for a different size, but for the same type of clothing. So you try on different sizes until you find the one that makes you feel comfortable. Why not use this same approach with anything that you are certain that you want? Going through several phases of trial will help you move closer to the point where you will feel comfortable with your life. If you will fall on the ground, you will get back up because there is more road to walk on until you get to your destination. Think of a little child who is just learning to walk. He falls on the ground, but with all the determination that his little body holds, he pulls himself back up and continues to walk until he does it by his own. It's like he understands that maybe he needs to use both his feet and hands to get back up, and not just his feet and only one hand. So go out there and give yourself as much trials as you need. Each of us will reach the desired destination of finding what we want to do after a specific number of experiences. We each have our own rhythm, and so we are running out of time. What are you going to do with the time you have left? I say that if you don't reposition yourself, you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies, and there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there